So Imaginative Pictures was the brainchild of Caleb Nakan and Zach Jones, and these are some really cool cats. Caleb is actually local. Caleb's the one who...
I've never met a Nakan that wasn't batshit crazy either, so that's a good thing.
He's something else. Very talented young man.
Holds true.
They came up with this, and I think they started... I don't know too much of the history of it, but they started with this like really little film on an iPhone, and it's evolved into different titles that they've done, and now we have a whole team. We have a sound engineer, we have a cinematographer, we have talent. I'm on as talent, and any project that they got, and this one I'm directing is in association with Imaginative Pictures because it's John's film, and John is on Imaginative Pictures. So we become like a family now. Tatiana Piper, Emily Lemoyne. Tatiana's a really talented Russian actress, and I worked with her in Republic of Ambrose. So I got to work with them, and that was like our first project that we all got together and worked on, because you had so many are working on Vampire Bud, which, man, y'all gonna fucking love Vampire Bud. Like I could show y'all like a cool little like clip after, and it's I don't want to give it away too much, but they just did season 1, episode 1, and we are going. I'm gonna be in Baton Rouge this Sunday night to watch the premiere of that, and I got written into episode 2, and my character is gonna carry on into episode 3, and as long as they let me.
Yeah.
And it's a stoner comedy, and it's fucking so funny.
That's good, because I was gonna ask, are you just trying to stick to the horror side of things, or is pretty much you're just open for any?
I'm open for anything, because some of the other things I don't talk about, like Standing Tall in the Delta, was a very dramatic movie that's being made about Fannie Lou Hamer, who was a civil rights activist, and there's some really horrifying shit that happened to her, and I'm at fault. My character's at fault for that, because she was on my bus, and I'm the one that turned her into state police and stuff. So I go to whatever I have a feeling for. So if Vampire Bud, I seen these clips and I was like, this is fucking amazing dark humor, and it's some really good stoner comedy, and like, because I still remember what stoner comedy's like, and it's fucking hilarious. It's some of my favorite humor. Anyway, we're excited that I think it's gonna be pretty big. We're talking about if I do versatile work.
But where would you be able to like watch that?
So right now,
because if you want to watch the movie Obsidian, okay, you cannot stream Obsidian. You have to go to obsidianmovie.com and buy it. Okay.
Right.
And so definitely worth doing. They also have a Blu-ray. That's a little set thing for $19, and they have one that's like $13.99. Go check that out. It's super fucking cool. Obsidianmovie.com. That's awesome. But where would you be able to see this at?
So like with Obsidian, when you're doing these independent films, you have certain directions that you can go. Some will go straight into film festivals. Some will try to seek a distributor. What I'm seeing a pattern is now in the industry is that they are taking these independent films and they are like running them through film festivals, because you're going to get attention, right? And you're going to get attention from distributors, and you're going to get attention from, maybe bigger studios, and maybe.
So is that where people that are trying to like fill a block on a network sitcom series or whatever that's looking for that, producers or whatever would go down to a film festival? Because I've never been to a film festival, that's what I'm asking. So they will go and scout out different works that they made.
Yeah, if they'll look at these films that won these awards and stuff, and they'll start looking and see like we can do something with this, or we can do something with that, or whatever.
Kind of like when Napoleon Dynamite was like that really shitty black and white film,
right,
and then they turned into something awesome.
Right, and you just move to that like higher echelon of so you have good opportunity when these films go to festivals. And then like I know with Obsidian, they have a plan to go through the festivals and then get a distributor, and then distributor may stream it, and so it's another part of it, man. The business side of it is fucking crazy.
It's a whole process.
It's a whole process. So like Vampire Bud, for instance, I think they're in talks right now to do the film festivals, but then to also release it on their YouTube channel, because man, YouTube is
You could do everything from there.
It's where it's at right now. Like everything is going on YouTube, and you subscribe to a channel and you getting these episodes and you getting to watch whatever. You're streaming it right up to your TV
now,
and it's on your TV.
Even with so all of these streaming services have their original content. Some of the stuff on YouTube, the original stuff, is amazing. Same thing with Amazon, and you're seeing more and more of that stuff to where it's not so much.
It's all self-produced, man.
Yeah, self-produced stuff.
That's really that goes back to what we were talking about earlier. I mean, like basically, from the grind that you starting, you absolutely could take whatever it is and push that forward all on your own at this point. I mean, dude, look at your social media like presence now. The fact that what you've done and built with that, it's amazing. It's super awesome. And it shows that type of perseverance and basically the ritual to it, because I can make a post a day and it's a thing, but like you're basically living on it, or at least it makes it look like you're living on it. That way it's transparent with all your fans and they could see almost every single thing that's going on with you, which is amazing. Same thing with like a YouTube channel. YouTube channel could be completely self-produced. Yeah. And you are the content. And the act of making the content is also the content.
Is there like a date of expected of when the first episode of that's coming out?
Of Vampire Bud?
Yeah.
No. We are having, and I say we because I'm part of the team, and I'm part of in the group of where business is discussed and stuff. We have a meeting this Sunday at 4 before the premiere and the screening, and I'm just kind of on the sidelines with it. I shouldn't say kind of. I'm really grateful to be a part of this because it's a great team and the content it's gonna be something, man. It's gonna. I just, when you feel it, and I really feel it with this one. It's pretty great. So I don't know, what those two guys, Zach and Caleb, are, what they're gonna do with it. They also have a very talented director involved, because those guys just write and they act in it. But the director's a very talented director, and I guess I kind of got to sit on the sidelines this early in the game because I just got written into the second episode, and I come in at the end of the second episode, and my fucking character is it's called Father Hash, and I don't.
I'm gonna like this.
You're gonna love it. I'm telling you.
I just one of my favorite pod series right now is on Netflix. It's called Disjointed with Kathy Bates, and I've watched that through. So, dude, this is anything along those lines. I dig it.
So, what's cool about this concept, and I don't want to give too much away about it, but it's. You have some horror in it, but it'll bring you back to like your early 90s, like stoner comedy type.
Half-baked shit.
It's I don't know. It's nothing like I've ever seen before. I think that's why it's so special.
Right.
It's not I've ever seen before. But these two guys are brilliant writers. I still haven't seen the first full episode. I've only seen clips, and the clips have me, like my son and I watched it. He's 14, and like him and his friends are kind of like repeating lines already out of it, and then I catch myself doing it, like with my son. I'm like, just give me. There's a scene that I'll show you, but it's fucking hilarious. So
man, as soon as we can view that, like we want to see it, and we'll push it because
and dude, maybe in the future, if you guys, I can get like Zach here and
that'd be awesome.
We get the team in here, phenomenal. Like once it starts kicking up, you can get these characters in here and
let us know.
I think you guys will love it. But so they having this meeting, and like I said, I'm still on the sidelines. Like they just gave me the script for episode 2, and it's sitting there because I don't want to start reading it until I watch the full episode 1,
the full effect.
Because that's how like I really want to take this in.
No preconceived notions. That way you know exactly. Yeah.
And Zach just keeps telling me, he's like, dude, he's like, I've seen it. He's like, but I just want to watch your face while you watch this episode, and I'm
That's
like,
the best way to do it.
and I'm like,
we do that to each other a lot.
yeah. So yeah, I'm excited, and trust me, as soon as it's available, you'll see me promoting it.
Hell yeah.
I'm excited to start filming, and there's I'm not trying to. I'm gonna make a plug for the arts here. Is that none of this shit is cheap. And we're taking like right now we're taking donations for season 2, episode 2, season 1, and I think we've had some good support. We've just set a $5,000 goal, and we're getting up there. I think in a week we got like $600-700, and it's a grind. And I think we're gonna try to start to film in the fall. So anybody who wants to go and donate to this brilliant piece of art, they can go to the Vampire Bud series page on Facebook. Awesome. And you can go and make a donation if you'd like.
And we're going to share that page on DSR Talks Facebook page. And so that way they also have a link there. And that
Absolutely.
It should be easy for you guys to get to.
No, I appreciate that. But yeah, so I'm excited. But, going back as far as what the plans are, is I'm kind of like the rookie in it. I'm kind of sitting back and just getting, I'm happy to be there. And we'll see. This character that I'm going to be is pretty. I'm so excited.
I'm just looking at you as a Father Hash
Yeah.
character, and it's fucking perfect.
So yeah, we like I said, I come in at the end of this episode that they just wrote, and hopefully my character sticks around, for a while, because I really think that it's going to be something special. There's this guy from Thibodeau, Dawson Lasang, and he composed the music for Republic of Ambrose. And if y'all ever have a chance to check out his Instagram, man, he just does some funky shit. And of course, he's like music major type, whatever. I don't know what you guys do, but like this guy's fucking talented. So he went to school for all this shit, and he does all this stuff, and he's amazing, man. And it's exciting because I've watched us on a screen with no music.
It's
not you just you need it.
It's a piece to the puzzle.
It's a huge piece to the puzzle, because we can act all we want, but this music heightens you to and intensifies whatever that sense that actor's trying to project. And I remember shooting Republic of Ambrose and seeing it. I had to go do some ADR work, because in that scene in that room, what happened was I didn't tell anybody what I was going to do in that bedroom. I don't know if y'all watched it, where I just go off in that bedroom and I have them 2 girls like tied up or whatever. And that scene in that room, I peaked the sound, and I had to go and do all that ADR like 3 a.m. after doing all that screaming. And I got to watch those guys work, and I got to see how they adding music and they doing all this, because we had 48 hours to film that shit. It was for a 48-hour festival. And it's so cool. Without it, we have nothing. Like, we really don't on the screen.
We know that feeling, dude, because if you listen to our show, basic before it's edited down and produced and it's automated, it's pretty dry. Yeah. It sounds dry, but we put a lot of effort into it. So I can always appreciate that, because the amount of hours that we put into the production just of our stuff. And,
yeah, absolutely.
Across the board, some people look at what we do, and we hear it a lot. You guys sound great, and how do you get your sound so good? And I can't believe you write all your own music and do all this stuff. But the bottom line is like, yeah, it might be easy to us, but we've tried the acting thing, and we're just not good at it. It's like we can't channel that.
This is our character.
Yeah, I can say, and we've even, we tell the story a lot. We were on another podcast show as guests, and they said, so when did you guys start doing comedy? I'm like,
we're just Cajuns, man.
Like you had this all scripted out and shit.
We're just like 2 coon asses just sitting around being stupid, So I give much love, and like I said, and I'm not sorry for it, because I just didn't know any better. I did not have appreciation of the local culture, and people think that New Orleans is everything to the culture here and to tradition. And yeah, New Orleans has its place. But that's not everything. You know, you come down to the bayou,
and that's you got to go to a bayou. Like if you really want to appreciate Louisiana and
talk to the people that are from there.
That's the full effect, man. Yeah, that's just a little piece that's in New Orleans. This is the Cajun culture. Whenever you come down to Bayou Lafourche.
Earlier, he's about to tell us about this, I guess, fucked up casting call.
Oh, yeah, man.
I didn't want to lose that.
Yeah, the live audition?
Yeah.
So, you know, in this day and age, we don't have the opportunity to do live auditions much. And live auditions are fucking intense.
So wait, how would you do it otherwise? On a webcam?
Yeah, like you do a self-tape. Like they'll send you the sides.
Oh, okay.
And then you'll do a self-tape, you know, where you do like your slate and you do all your shit and then you go ahead and you
God,
you perform what you got to perform. And
man.
It is, you know, like you have a reader, but, you know, you have someone reading if it's dialogue. Or I did like this really cool, I had this workshop with Matthew Morgan. Matthew Morgan is one of the biggest casting agents in the region. He has an office in Canada and New York and whatnot. And I went and read for him this monologue of a serial killer, explaining that, you know, he's asked a question by a reporter and he just goes off into this monologue. It's like, do I like killing? You know, does Picasso love pain? He's crazy. And I did this monologue and for him and you know, I was nervous as fuck, right? Whoever's not ain't fucking human.
Yeah.
You know, they're just not. I mean, there's some things wrong. And, man, I remember being in the hotel room. I had to go all the way up to Jackson, Mississippi, I think it was, or whatever. And all night, man, I was hammering down that monologue. And, you know, days before that, to drive up there, and I remember getting up there to do it. And I don't even remember what I said. And I did it in this, you know, do I like killing? You know, like this real southern drawl,
Shit.
you know, like accent, right? You know, and, you know, everybody's good at something, if they, you know. And after I finished, like, he fucking gets up and he's like, you know, I don't like accents. That's what he starts with. And he's like, but that was fucking butter to my ears. Ooh. And everybody was like clapping and shit. And the people who are in this audience are all actors like myself. A lot of them that I look up to, Hollis Easy and Chase Waters and these guys that I saw working way before me, right? And they all clapping and they all and you know, so when you get up there, you know, I always say this, everyone has these different processes, and for these live auditions, it's you can plan all you fucking want on how you're gonna like bring this character to life, but you just never know how it's gonna come out of you.
So and you get one shot.
You get one shot. You know, it's there's this etiquette to auditioning, man, and it's a very strict, disciplined process. Like,
dude, we would fuck that all up.
Look, it took me a while to learn it all because
I'd be like, babe, you like this or what? Tell me, man. Come on.
So like, yes, you're right. So there's and they never fucking do. They'll just be like, all right, we'll be in touch, or we'll be, and I'm gonna get to that story about that live audition. But it's crazy because you never know what you're going to do. You could prepare all you want, and it's really about just getting up there and letting go of that control that I've talked about earlier. And you know, I'll read lines, I'll go through them, I'll pound them down, man, like constantly. I'll break down a script, break down a character, create a history, you know, do all these things I was taught to do, and I do them. I'll record myself and listen as I'm driving, and what can I do better? Am I really feeling this, what he's saying? Like what is my reaction to this other person? And when you get up there, it kind of happens. Like it's shit or get off the pot type thing, you know, and it
kicks in.
It's like baking it into your subconscious, and then you just, the mythology of all of it is what lets the process out like that.
Yeah, because like I said earlier, we manifest this picture of ourselves in our head on how we're going to perform this, or how we're going to do this, or tonight you might have like, man, this is how the show might go, or you know, even though we don't try, like it still comes into our heads that
there's some bullet points we want to get on.
Yeah. You know, so you could try to plan all you want, and it's crazy because it just, you know, fucking happens. So I getting back to the live audition, I get this call from this really talented cinematographer, Georgie, and him and I worked on Dear Kate, which is shooting local in Houma.
I'm actually friends with Brandon.
Love Brandon. I love his wife.
Thanks for stopping traffic, you bunch of assholes. I mean that in a good Christian way.
I was in a bar when I filmed, so we weren't near the roads or anything. But the main actress they have on, Brianna, oh man, she's such a pleasure to work with. I loved working with her. We had some really good dialogue, and she likes to have a lot of fun on set. And Brandon and the crew, his wife, who's an absolute amazing cook. Like, God, that woman can cook. But they were great. That was a great set. Like, one of my favorite sets to be on. Like, they were just wonderful. But getting back to so this cinematographer, he calls me up and he says there's a guy who's doing a film. And you should really audition for this. And he sent me the script, and I read the script, and it's a really cool fucking script, and it's a short film, and it's a really deep short film, and I'd be playing like a homeless man, and you just really don't know if I'm God or if I'm, and it's going through this. It's crazy. So anyway, I'm like, he called me. No, that's not how that happened. My bad. He sent me a message on my actors page, which I never fucking check, by the way. If you want to message me on my personal page. Because when I opened up that message, it was Tuesday, and he was like, hey, I got this role or whatever. And I'm like, fuck, it's Tuesday. So I call him up. He tells me, and that's when he tells me all about it or whatever. And so I go, he sends me the script. I read the script. I was like, dude, when's the audition? Like, I just got this, like, today. You sent it to me Friday. Like, I don't know. He's like, it's Thursday. So, like, now I got 2 days to learn, to really, like, build this character. And so the Wednesday I go to work to Amelia, I come back home, I'll start hammering away the script. And Thursday I get off at lunch in Amelia, go back home, shower, change, in New Orleans till 4:00 to do an audition. So I walk in the room, and then, like, it's right there when I walk in, I turn to the right and I see all these fucking trophies, best director, best whatever in these film festivals, and I'm like, fuck. Now I'm nervous already, right? And there's this guy who I can hear auditioning. And so, like, I'm sitting there, and like, live auditions are so intense. I'm sitting there and I'm waiting, and then I hear them say, all right, we'll be in touch. And in this industry, we'll be in touch can mean, oh, we'll be in touch. We liked you. Or it can mean, like,
fuck off.
Fuck off. And they don't really tell you when you don't get a part. That's what's crazy. Like, you leave there
just when they call you and say you got
not knowing. Yeah, that's
just
it.
Assume that you did or didn't.
Right.
You figured it out how well.
But I always look at it, if I'm standing in front of a casting director or a director who is casting someone for, like, I've won already. Like, if I made it to that audition, I've won.
100%.
So that guy left, and I go in and I read, and the director's like, well, let's try it this way. So I read again. He's like, I said, look, after we finished, I was like, look, I appreciate it. Like, thank you for the opportunity, because I'm very grateful, man. I'm really grateful that I got to just read something in front of this guy who was a great filmmaker. And I said, I hope y'all have a Merry, this was before Christmas. I said, I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I was like, if I don't hear from y'all, he's like, oh, you will be hearing from us.
Thank you for listening to the Dank Swamp Rebellion. Tune in Wednesday for part 3 with Hick, Cheramie. Don't forget to check us out on social media.